30 plus years of service, combat medals, citations. Only man to shoot down 3 enemy planes in the last 40 years. Yet you can't get a promotion, you won't retire. Despite your best efforts, you refuse to die. You should be at least a 2-star admiral by now. Yet here you are. Captain. Why is that?
It's one of life's mysteries, sir.
The end is inevitable, Maverick. Your kind is headed for extinction.
Maybe so, sir. But not today.
Maverick is called back into action at the behest of his longtime wingman into the Top Gun program to teach a new group of hotshot pilots to storm a heavily fortified nuclear threat and make it out alive. Hey everyone, welcome back to Clubhouse Movies Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Rubalcaba, joined once again by Mr. El Pineda, and today we'll be reviewing Top Gun Maverick, directed by Joseph Kosinski. So let's get right back into it. Back into the danger zone. Back on the hangar. Back
to the 80s.
Back to the 80s.
Which, I'll say, this movie was, the way the story was presented and everything, man, just reminded me of just easygoing movies in the 80s and early 90s. It was, just fun to watch.
This is another movie that is better than it should have been.
Oh my God, right? Just like another movie we reviewed a little while ago, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yes.
These movies, man, they're making a hard comeback.
I don't know. I think 2022 movies, everyone's had the apocalypse to take a nap and actually do some good writing and take some notes. Yeah. I really hope that that this trend continues of good movies and people don't start crapping out bad movies again. I hope this isn't 2012 one more time or whenever all those lousy movies came out.
Out of nowhere.
So this movie was directed by Joseph Kosinski, and I knew I recognized that name, so I had to look it up. You and I have seen a Joseph Kosinski movie before.
Which movie? Which movie was it?
Tron Legacy.
Really?
Yes.
That was his movie?
That was his movie.
Holy cow, man. That really, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's funny.
That's a throwback.
Because it was a bad story, but I think it was actually well made.
It was very entertaining to watch. It was candy for the eyes.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
To me, I if I wanted a Tron movie, that was it. But the first one was directed by Tony Scott.
Okay.
And he actually committed suicide. That's why he was not able to direct this.
Oh, no.
Where we shoot in the South Bay, LA, South Bay, near the Vincent Thomas Bridge, he threw himself over the Vincent Thomas Bridge. Yeah.
That is, that's crazy.
Yeah, and he's also Ridley Scott's brother.
I figured as much with that. Scott.
So he will be missed, but I'm glad his legacy lives on.
Yeah, Tron legacy
the movie,
tie-in right there.
I know, right? Hey!
Wow.
I like this one better.
Yeah, little tie-in right there. That was
until I realized that's regarding a death. oh boy!
But anyway, back to Top Gun Maverick, which I want to keep calling Top Gun because it just felt like I was watching Top Gun.
Oh yeah, that's right. And I never saw Top Gun.
Huge fan right here. Huge fan.
I always wanted to.
Yeah.
I did see Hot Shots a million times with Charlie Sheen as Topper Harley.
Very loose take on that movie.
But apt.
Very apt. I mean,
the story was very close to what was happening.
Super close.
And I saw a YouTube recap of what happened, which actually did help.
Yes.
So I will give that to the YouTubers. I forget which one I saw, but I bet they're all the same these days. But this movie, I think, also did benefit from all the Fast and Furious.
Oh, absolutely. But it did it better.
Yes.
Way better. I didn't fall asleep.
Yeah. It took it seriously.
Yes.
Which is nice. But we can start getting into some of the plot here. But I think we so far liked it. So it's a pretty fun movie. And it's Tom Cruise at his Tom Cruisiest.
Oh my God, yes. And if you guys have watched the first one, which I'm just assuming you have if you're tuning in, the first one ends with Tom Cruise's character, Maverick. I forget his freaking real name. Pete Mitchell.
No, they never say his name. They said it like twice.
Okay, yeah. So I'm looking at
no one calls him Pete.
No, they call him Maverick. Yeah. So he ends the first movie with saying he's going to be an instructor at Top Gun, and here we are now.
He wasn't an instructor where we find him. We find him in Nevada as a test pilot.
Yeah. Working on a sweet P-51 Mustang.
Yes, he's looking to break. Okay, they start and they want to crack Mach 8. Was it Mach 8?
No, Mach 9.
They wanted to crack Mach 9 because the program was supposed to go to Mach 10. But they wanted to shut down the program. When he got there to do Mach 9, they're like, they want to shut us down because we're not at Mach 10 yet. He's like, let's do Mach 10.
He's like, let's do it. It's me.
Yeah, so
I got this.
Ed Harris is a general douchebag of the day.
Man.
I forgot his name.
Rear Admiral. He has no name on here. They just have him as Rear Admiral.
Rear Admiral D-bag. Real Admiral Harris.
Yeah.
Fresh from getting out of jail after his incident at Alcatraz Island. Another deep cut there. Of which I think he died at.
Yeah, he did. He did.
But, much like Brad Pitt in another movie we've seen recently,
so good.
Rumors of his death have been greatly exaggerated.
Yes.
But anyway, he wants to shut down Tom Cruise's Mach 10 project in favor of a drone Mach 10 project.
Yeah. Because that is the future. The future is pilotless planes.
Yes. And people playing video games for keeps.
Yeah, for keeps. That's a good way to put it, man.
Yeah, so they act like they didn't get the memo or the order. So Tom Cruise goes ahead with the Mach 10. So he skips Mach 9 completely, the mission for Mach 9. So he has to hit Mach 9 to hit to Mach 10. And this is pretty cool because you actually get to see some pretty awesome, the Machs are, right?
Yeah.
Breaking the sound barrier.
Yes.
So they broke the sound barrier 9 or 10 times to get to Mach 10.
Yeah, 9 times.
9 times. Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy fast. And I have to say, the cinematography and the jet action in this movie,
it's, man.
I don't know how they did it.
I mean, I did do a fair amount of quick research.
And it wasn't, as far as I can tell,
none of it was CGI.
No
for the
visible
most part.
CG.
No, yeah. So one thing I'll give to Tom Cruise is he went gangbusters on having, that's an old movie shtick right there. He went gangbusters on making sure that he could get as close to realistic shots of actual flying as he could. There's custom mounts, there's custom cameras made for this because they have to take G's,
Yeah, because imagine being on a roller coaster times 1,000.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he actually said he wanted to buy actual jets, and I'm pretty sure he's one of the few people who can afford some retired F-14s and F-15s.
I've heard rumors that he's tried to actually fly them with the Air Force.
No, he tried. They said no.
No,
they didn't clear him.
No,
they said you could go to pseudo-space, but you can't fly one of our jets, buddy.
Oh yeah, the vomit comet or whatever.
You could do that.
Yeah, that sounds fun. But what the hell was I gonna say? I don't know. Cinematography looked great.
Yeah.
So Ed Harris, General D-bag, shows up, but he shows up early, and just as he shows up, Tom Cruise is taking off, and then not necessarily the Mach shock wave gets to him, but just
just that takeoff,
the liftoff of the jets just whooshes him.
Man, smacks him in the face with a wall of dust.
Yeah, and then it just basically he gets in the control room. He's like, I told you to shut the program down. He's like, oh, we didn't get the memo. Yeah. Well, call Tom. Call Major Tom up there, or whatever. Call Maverick and let him know he's grounded.
Major Tom, the ground control. I'm just kidding.
And Tom Cruise is all like, they're like, oh,
Mach 7.
Yeah, he's totally doing that thing they did in Wayne's World.
His flight crew's all in on it, from the ground. They're just like, oh yeah, we have some.
It's a curvature of the Earth problem. It's a known communication. Yeah, it's an Earth bulge. Earth bulge. So there was actually some nice genuine tension here when he made it to they even told him before he took off, he's like, Mach 10 and done.
Yeah.
And he's like, no Mach 10.1,
no 10.2.
No, you're done.
I was like, talk about tongue-in-cheek foreshadowing here. Because guess what he does? Because he's Maverick.
Took it to what, Mach?
I think 10.3.
10.3.
Before he freaking disintegrated a multi-billion-dollar jet.
In full 80s fashion. I did think he was going to take it to 11.
Yeah, I did, dude. I was hoping he would crank it to 11. That would have been in the danger zone.
Because sometimes you just need a little bit more.
Gotta crank it to 11.
Crank it to 11.
You gotta do this.
But this one goes to 11. What was I going to? So he breaks 11.
Yeah.
Comes down and he's getting his ass handed to him by Major.
Well, no. So one funny thing that happens is because he crash landed and he's wearing this space suit. He walks into this podunk little town, into their diner, and reaches over.
Because he doesn't know where he's at. Yeah, he doesn't know what state he's in.
Yeah, because he's been breaking the sound barrier time and again. Yeah. So he's gone. He's gone thousands of miles. And He reaches over to a waitress that's passing by and grabs a cup of water, a glass of water from her, and drinks it. And he asks the crowd, "Where am I?" And the little kid looks at him in complete disbelief and just says, "Earth?"
Yeah, it's funny. It was actually a totally predictable line, but it was funny.
Everyone lost it in theater.
Yeah,
it was great.
Because it was a good scene.
It was, man. Dude, and I saw this at 3 p.m. just before recording.
Wow.
And the theater was full, and everybody laughed at all the right moments.
Catch that matinee, man.
Heck yeah, cheaper buy.
That's when he gets his ass handed to him by General Harris, Major Harris, Rear Admiral, whatever we call him. But as opposed to throwing him out, as opposed to court-martialing him, ending his career then and there, they're calling him back to duty.
They're calling him to be a instructor. And where is that, Marcus?
Top Gun in San Diego.
Oh, man.
And, they're instructors at the Top Gun, but they're already hotshot pilots.
Yeah, they're hotshots.
So they're already there and ready to go. So he goes and he does his motorcycle thing. He does the thing where he's racing the jet. He's like, "Whoa!
Yeah.
I'm the king of the world."
He's like, "Whoa, no helmet."
Yeah.
Danger zone, man.
Yeah, woof. Concussions are real.
Yeah. That's if you still have a head after you crash a motorcycle with no helmet on.
I know, right?
Skin gone.
But that's when they run into, that's when he gets a briefing by John Hamm.
Yeah, John Hamm's, why is his name Vice Admiral on here? I'm looking at a terrible.
Oh, I got it. He's Admiral Simpson. By the way, Don Simpson was the original producer.
Really?
Don Simpson, Jerry Bruckheimer. And I think the last movie they produced was either The Rock or Bad Boys, but he ended up passing away too. So I think that's probably another
nod to him.
Because the movie
his call sign was Cyclone.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Super dope.
So he's the one who hands Tom Cruise's ass also, but he's like, but the only reason why you're here at the behest of the Iceman himself, Admiral.
Holy crap.
Admiral Kazansky, once again played by Val Kilmer, who is unfortunately suffering from real throat cancer.
Yeah, man. Another tongue-in-cheek, pun intended, unfortunately. They actually played off of his throat cancer in the movie.
Yeah.
Which was like, holy crap. I was like, that's a little too real for me, man.
I know. It was sad. But yeah, it was definitely Val Kilmer back
yes.
In one scene as time went on. But
it was a heartfelt scene.
It was a good movie. Yeah. But he's called back to active duty. And where does he go? He goes to that bar that they're always hanging out.
Yeah.
In the first one.
What is it called?
Oh shoot, I didn't write it down.
They always
Rusty Nail, Krusty Krab.
No, you're gonna lose my train of thought here, man.
The Fighting Barnacle.
The Fighting Barnacle.
The Top Guns, the Hot Shots.
The Hot Shots. No, something floored. It's called
Hot Shots Part 2.
The
poop deck.
The lower deck or something, or a floor deck or something. It's a plate. It's a pun, man.
No, why don't you pun noodle it?
I should have written it down. Damn it. I have no eyes, man.
The flight deck?
The flight deck.
Is it really the flight deck?
I think it's called the flight. Nah, maybe not the flight deck. But
okay. But anyway, Jennifer Connelly is the owner, I suppose, of the flight deck.
Yes, she plays Penny Benjamin.
Now they mentioned Penny
quite a few times in the original Top Gun.
Yeah, and Penny the cat wanted us to let everyone know that her name is Penny the cat.
I know.
In case you didn't notice, it's Penny the cat.
As soon as they started mentioning her, I was like, "Oh crap!"
It's Penny the
the best.
Yeah. So Penny the cat definitely part of the story somewhere.
Yeah.
she says that the character was based off of her.
I mean, she's a big old cat. Everybody's gonna be afraid of her.
And she made them hire Jennifer Connelly because she's a huge Jennifer Connelly fan. But she would kill her if she could.
Yeah.
Because she would kill everybody if she could.
She's a big fat cat.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, where were we talking about? So Jennifer Connelly owns the bar.
Yeah.
And he's like hitting on her. And they already dated before the first Top Gun movie. They mentioned it.
Yeah. And then throughout the off-screen time in the 30-year gap since the first.
So they have some history there. So that's fun. And then also there's the new Hot Shots, the new Top Gun crew there, including Miles Teller, who is the son of the man who died.
Yeah, the famed helper guy, Goose.
Of Goose, yeah. And we got so here's the thing about this guy, the Hangman.
He's got like a itty bitty mouth. It's really weird.
But he came on a TV show called Scream Queens. and he played Chad Radwell, who's just
Chad Radwell.
yeah, and he was like the stereotypical like douchebag.
Oh, dude.
And my favorite like line, and I still try to quote. He's like, "Oh man, we're going to party," and someone turned my iPod to playlist douche, and it's just I get no doubt when I get up again. You see him like. So
dude,
freak, it's Chad Radwell. He's
back
back
to the early 2000s, man.
Oh, it was good. I said it to douche.
Said it to douche.
I get no doubt.
That was too good.
Oh man, let's see if we can find that. Clip.
So we have Miles Teller. We have a lot of people here.
Okay, so there's a lot of hotshot people that they're going to train.
Yeah.
And we only really focus on like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. And one of them is named Bob.
Yeah, Bob. It's like, yeah, I'm the Hangman. I'm the Fanboy. I'm a Halo. I'm Coyote Fritz, whatever. And Hangman. Payback.
Yeah.
What do you call Bob?
It's like, and then what's his face? Hangman made a joke. He's like, what's that even stand for? He's like, oh wait, baby's on board.
Ugh.
I was like, I laugh.
Yeah, actually, you did like all these characters. I don't know. I wanted them all to succeed, and you kind of thought if they repeated the story of the first one of them would die.
Yeah.
So you don't know who it would be,
And there was quite a few white knuckle moments watching this movie.
yeah. So Tom Cruise hits on Jennifer Connelly.
Yes.
And apparently they got a rule: you can't disrespect a lady or the bartender,
Or have your cell phone on the bar top,
or have your cell phone on the bar. Oh, that's what it was.
which he did.
Because I was thinking, how did he disrespect her? He's just talking to her.
Cell phone on the bar top.
It was a cell phone on the. Okay, that's what happened because we were all confused when we saw it. She rang a bell. Jennifer Connelly rang a bell, and everyone's like, "Woo, woo!"
Yeah, and he's like, am I missing something?
So I guess you put your cell phone on the bar top, and you have to buy everyone around.
Yeah, for the entire bar.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
so they didn't realize these Top Gun guys didn't realize that Tom Cruise was
Maverick.
They were their instructor.
Yeah, of course he shows up the next day. They're like, we're already, the rahabubub that's happening in there is everyone is going like, who's going to instruct us? We're already top pilots. There's nobody else that could train us anymore. And then he walks in.
Was this? Did they already have the piano scene?
No. This
Okay.
was actually
Because the piano.
No, it was-
because they kicked Tom Cruise out because
they kicked Tom Cruise out
because he couldn't afford his credit card was declined.
he did the sad puppy thing.
Yeah, and then as he was like just sitting there, like he saw Rooster, who's the son,
Yes, of Goose.
Goose, playing the piano just like his dad did.
Yeah.
many years before, and he got kind of sad and like he's a mopey.
Yeah, and then Jennifer Connelly catches
Yeah, the Jennifer Connelly's
his
like,
glance.
oh, sad Tom Cruise outside.
Oh, mama.
Yeah. So yeah, there was just a moment there.
Yeah.
Then they go in the next scene, and there's the briefing.
Yes.
So this is my little gripe with this movie.
Tell me, I'm curious.
All right, so it was basically the Death Star scene where Tom Cruise is like, I could take not Tom Cruise. Luke Skywalker is like, I could take care of myself.
Yeah.
Like I used to shoot like barrel rolls or whatever. I actually haven't seen Star Wars do that many times.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that.
It's like you got to do the trench run and you got to go here and you got to do the vent. But then they had to do like one more thing. So there was the vent. In Star Wars, it was just the vent. In this one, you had to shoot the vent, then shoot the
Vent again.
The vent again. They had to double tap it. But like there's turrets everywhere, and then there's all kinds of things. And
Yeah, and they had to fly through the valley.
yeah.
Just like the same thing.
Just like Star Wars, and they had even the visual just like Star Wars.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty good.
and it was just kind of funny. It's like they couldn't think of a better.
It's
mission.
like, and the thing is, and I don't know if they did this on purpose, but because when George Lucas was, let me do a record. I've listened to a lot of Star Wars
Shut up and take my money.
podcast things and all this stuff. And I love Star Wars lore and all this. So George Lucas, the way he actually learned how to make his dogfights seem, cool in space was he used to watch a bunch of World War II dogfight videos, and he would actually implement or place those as placeholders when people were watching quick cuts of his movie. That's how he got it.
So maybe that's the homage that they.
Yeah,
that they
I wonder
expected.
if it is. Why not? It's like poetry. And we're back.
But they wanted Maverick wanted to be the team leader, but he's like, you got to train these guys,
Yeah.
and you got to pick the people who are going to do it. You can pick the alternates, and he's like, well, you can't do it. He's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, that was Admiral Simpson was like, You can't do it. You're here to train these guys.
Yeah. So they did all kinds of war games.
Yeah.
And then Tom Cruise was just owning everybody.
Yeah, just like doing these crazy maneuvers.
Yeah, they leave Hangman out. They call him Hangman. They leave him out to dry.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. And then everyone's got to do push-ups because they keep getting killed.
Yeah, and that was Hangman's whole shtick is like, all right, if we take you out, what's the skin on it? He's like 200 push-ups. So like 200 push-ups. All right. Listen, man, 200 push-ups. Like you ain't doing those straight. I don't care how buff you are.
Yeah, plus you got to like work the next morning.
Yeah,
they only had like 2 weeks to train for this.
Yeah, it felt like 2 weeks. It was like I think it was 5 weeks, and it got taken down to like 4.
Yeah, it kept getting bumped down.
Like a week playing like half naked football on the beach.
Yeah, tag 80s montage football.
Yeah, it was.
But
that's what sold my wife. Good job, whoever made this.
But they were going to turn on the Death Star again.
Yeah,
and that was the problem, and it took them several weeks, and they didn't know when they would do it.
Yeah,
and you know what? We might as well just call them the Empire because we don't know who they were fighting against.
Yes,
it was just the enemy.
Yeah, the enemy, which they did a better job than a movie we reviewed a long time ago, where it was I forget which movie it was. We've done so many, but one was this enemy that we had no idea. Oh.
I'm looking for the boo button.
Black Crab. At least with this one, we get to see who the hell the enemy is. We don't know their name. We just know they're a bad guy. And then he gets shot down. And, America. F yeah. So
America. Yeah. But we'll just call him the Empire until...
Yes. Because it says like they're doing a Kessel Run.
Yeah. Well, anyway. What else is happening here? Oh, so there's a Penny Maverick... romance going on. So they do the
very 80s,
very 80s. But they do the the motorcycle scene.
Yeah,
they had in the first one,
and she's got a bitchin' Porsche.
Oh yeah,
Jesus, that's my favorite Porsche right there.
I bet that's Michael Bay's Porsche.
It probably is
because
it's a 911 right there, buddy. That's pre-turbo. That's naturally aspirated.
Yeah, there were a bunch of scenes. I guess they didn't want to pay to do the stunt. Yeah. For the Ferraris and the Porsches and Bad Boys. Michael Bay just owned his.
Yeah. I mean, if they would have destroyed that Porsche, I would have cried.
It's like that scene.
The saddest part in the movie.
You remember that scene in Bad Boys 2 where they're shooting the bad guys with the machine gun and then Martin Lawrence accidentally goes and he shoots the headlight out. He's like, oh man, I'm sorry. Oh wait, I got one more from Bad Boys 3 where they have like the cool like Bad Boys scene where like Bad Boys, what you gonna do? And then Martin Lawrence opens the door and hits a fire hydrant. Oh, shit.
Which I think is way more expensive than a freaking headlight.
I know. I was laughing so hard because the music is so totally went.
And then Will's like, no.
Oh, Will Smith, come back. I don't care. Don't cancel that guy. He's crazy.
Dude's freaking nuts. He was a rap star. What do you expect?
I know. He did the wiki. Yeah. And I still don't know what GWB stands for.
I don't either.
In the stupid band. Anyway, back to Top Gun Maverick.
So Penny and Maverick are having this love shindig happening. It's very heartwarming. There's like an underlying, heartfelt story here. There's 2 of them. There's one where we have Miles Teller's character, Rooster and Maverick. They got this animosity because, we find out that Maverick held back Rooster for 4 years.
Because his mom didn't want him to die like his dad.
Yep. Before she died, she made Maverick promise make sure he doesn't fly. So he pulled his papers and he told Penny this. Penny is like, oh, and you're not going to tell him? And Maverick says the coolest thing ever. He's like, well, I don't want him to hate his mom. It's like, oh.
Yeah, that's true, though.
I was like, nice.
And then
I was like, points.
There was also a nice scene where, like, the daughter came home early, or like she was be sleeping over at her friend's house, and they're like, "You got to sneak out through the
second floor window."
Through the second floor window. We got to set an example here. And
freaking old Cruise over here is like, I got this.
Kool-Aid Man's out of the window in like total like superhero fashion.
Yeah,
and then he falls into. He doesn't hurt himself. He lands on his feet and everything, or he's fine.
Falls to his back and everything, just like a normal human would.
He's cool. Like it was not like crazy, but then he sees the daughter looking at him
as
through the window.
As
he stands up, and then he's like, "Hey," and she's like, "Just don't hurt her again."
Yeah, just don't break her heart. And I was like, oof. I was like, eesh.
So that was a good moment. Lots of little good moments in this movie.
This movie is very 80s in that sense. And it's these little tiny little emotional touches that they did along with all the action, which wasn't over the top actually.
So then a couple of huge plot points happen.
Yes.
And I'm not sure what order they came in, but there was an accident and they lost a jet.
Yeah. So that happened during training. They were doing what they called it was, and you can see this if you're watching us on camera, they do a thing where they have to do they're simulating going over a cliff or a ravine down into a crater and back out.
So just imagine the Star Wars trench run.
Yeah.
But after they drop their load.
Yeah, even before they drop it, they got to go up and hit like 5 to 6 G's.
Oh yeah, that's right. And they have to pass out.
And
for like a minute.
then they have to do like a upside down turn, drop down correct, and then drop super hard, drop their load off, and then pull out or bug out at 10 G's.
Yeah, and they got to pull up like straight up, or be attacked pretty much if they don't come
and
to
risk
them.
blacking out and everything. And one of the pilots, of course, blacks out because you're going 10 G's.
Yeah, so he blacks out. But they had to eject one of them, right?
Both of them ejected. Yeah,
Both
because
of
they're
them
running
ejected.
a pilot and their whatever their, I don't know the lingo, but the guy behind him,
The wingman.
the wingman.
that's not the wingman.
No, the wingman is a secondary plane. Wolf,
I don't know.
I
Booster
don't know.
guy.
Yeah, we'll call him booster seat
Shotgun.
guy. Shotgun. There we go.
Shotgun guy. But
We'll
anyway,
call it the goose seat.
So that happens. They want to kick him out.
Yeah.
And they also say that this trench run is impossible.
Yeah,
right?
because the floor or something, they were supposed to go like, they can't go below a certain flight floor.
That's right. They got to lower because they're trying to fly under radar.
Yeah.
And it's actually like very dangerous unless like you're, over
Top
the desert
Gun.
or something. Yeah, unless you're Top Gun to go over like the 400-foot barrier or whatever it was. There was like the fly floor or something. I keep forgetting what that was called. But there was that, and then they lost the jet. The guy almost died, and then Maverick gets called to go talk to Iceman, and this is the heartfelt
Iceman.
scene we were talking about, where they find out his cancer came back.
Yeah.
And it's very aggressive, and he lost the ability to speak, or he
can barely speak.
He can barely speak.
Which his voice, I believe, was actually digitized.
Yes. So he actually had the same cancer, I believe, that Roger Ebert had.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Roger Ebert also had a digitized voice. So hopefully, we have Val Kilmer a little longer.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. At the end, oof, scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
The end credits, I was like, "Oh crap!"
Wow. Maybe I missed that. I don't know. But I'm like, whoa.
I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, tell me a second. But anyway, so Iceman, Val Kilmer, basically says with throat cancer voice, like, no one else can do it. It's only you or something. Yeah. Because they were talking by text before this. They were just texting each other to communicate. And, after a couple of like smacks in the hand later, after, Maverick reached for the cookie jar, they get word that the Admiral has died. Admiral Iceman
has passed away.
And leaving John Hamm to be the new team leader, who just shuts down the whole program. And the whole reason why this trench run was so treacherous was because they expect everyone to survive.
Yes.
That's the reason why they do this crazy run, is they can outrun the radar, they won't get detected, and they can have a fighting chance when they get out. However, if it's a suicide mission, you just go and drop your load, and you just get shot down and you die.
Yeah, because they have surface-to-air missiles, they have fancier jets.
So they could take a slower run and definitely succeed, but they will most likely die.
Yes.
So that's what Tom Cruise Maverick was hoping to forgo. So they kick him off the project, and what does Tom Cruise do in full Vin Diesel fashion?
Yeah.
He steals a jet.
Steals a freaking F-16.
Does the trench run himself. Does the entire run all by himself successfully on the first try.
And he calling the shots. And so as he pulls in with the plane, he radios in the tower. He's like, "Oh, get ready for the blah, 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 blah." And they're like, "Oh, you're not set for training?
Doing the Death Star."
Yeah, doing the Death Star run today.
Yeah.
The zigzaggy one. And so when he says that, the guy's like, "Oh," and everybody's in the class, and of course they're watching him live on this giant screen.
Yeah, they're in like a sports bar style.
Yeah, and we forgot to mention there's two admirals. So there's Admiral Simpson, who's John Hamm dislikes him, and then there's Admiral Solomon Bates, aka the Warlock, who who likes him. So he's like in the background of the thing, going like shaking his fist, like yes, screw the man, do it.
Yeah. So everyone likes Tom Cruise, and then he succeeds, and then he gets his ass chewed out after the thing. He's like, "You made your aircraft unflyable. Now it's completely ruined."
Yeah.
And on the other hand, I have no other choice but to like make you team leader on this trench run. And he's like, "Huh?" He's like, "Don't say anything."
Yeah, that's Admiral Solomon going, "I think it's a rhetorical question."
So
Tom Cruise had a very what was it? Who's that freaking character from Guardians of the Galaxy? What's his name?
Drax.
Yeah, he had a very Drax moment.
Yeah, he's like, how could I be fired and be the
I would catch
team leader?
it.
If anything went over my head, I would catch it because I'm tall. Something like that.
Not Tom Cruise though.
Yeah, this is we're talking about Drax and Guardians of the Galaxy. He was cool. But anyway,
Yeah.
so he becomes a team leader.
Yeah.
and he basically grounds Chad Radwell.
Yeah. Chad Radwell.
aka Hangman.
Yeah.
But Rooster and Phoenix,
Yes.
and then one other person,
Rooster, Phoenix, Bob get pulled up, and what's his name? Is it Coyote? No, Payback.
So they're all scheduled to do the run.
Yeah.
With Chad Radwell as an alternate.
Yeah.
Which I was happy about because there's some foreshadowing there,
There is.
which is nice. So they do the trench run successfully,
Yes.
but there's like a patrol or something.
Yeah, there's like this random patrol of these two. They keep calling them just fifth generation, so I'm assuming F something fifth generation.
Yeah, these TIE fighters. These new TIE fighters.
So these blacked out TIE fighters just off camera, just doing a long range patrol as we come to find out.
Yeah. And they end up coming after them. And
Mid freaking trench run.
mid trench run, there's fighting going on. There's some people behind.
Yeah, and then what is it? Then Rooster has like a moment where he's not engaged in the flight because he's bitching out essentially.
Yeah.
And he's like, and what is it? Then we have a quick moment where Maverick is like, it's like, what is it? No, sorry. Rooster is like, come on, Dad, tell me something. And then as he finishes those words, Maverick says over the comm, come on, Rooster, you got this.
Well, he also said, don't think.
Just do.
Don't think, just do.
There is no cannot.
Yeah.
There's only do.
Also comes back in a nice way. So he completes the trench
Didn't
run.
even make that connection till now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my brain is.
That's why I had to keep it in my notes because it was a nice moment.
Wow.
When it happened.
Yes, I'll be one.
But yeah, lots of plot points. They get away. Then Tom Cruise, he does they do the flares fighting the jets, and
Yeah.
So Tom Cruise is about to what is it called? Get shot down. But okay. Rooster's about to get shot down. Yeah. Tom Cruise saves him with all his flares or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he saves him with the flares and does this crazy like air brake. And, yeah. I feel like I'm describing Avatar. And you fly and you bank and you do things like this. And then he gets blasted.
Yeah. So Tom Cruise gets blasted and he. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about the visuals of it, because it reminds me of a horrible movie. Remember Pearl Harbor where they did the Doolittle raid?
I tried not to.
I know. Yes. But it was like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. I don't know. I forget who was in that. Oh, Ben Affleck, Josh Hartnett. Ben Affleck and Josh Hartnett.
Yes.
They landed.
Yeah.
But it was like that. So Tom Cruise actually landed in enemy territory.
Yeah. AKA behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
Huh?
Another
one.
Oh.
A better one though.
Yeah, and was on foot.
Yes.
And he was about to get gunned down by a helicopter.
Yeah, there was like a Apache chasing him.
Yeah. And then the thing just disintegrates.
Yeah.
Just explodes. And it's
freaking
Rooster. Rooster's coming back. He's
by.
like, why the hell did you come back and save me? He's like, you told me not to think, sir.
Yeah, because the Rooster gets shot down too.
Yeah, then he gets shot down.
Yeah, by a Sam.
And then they're both on foot.
Yeah.
Behind enemy lines. And I think this is what really sold this movie for me because I was on board.
Yeah.
But because they were already talking about.
After this, we took off.
Yeah. Hang on. Where's this guy? So they were behind enemy lines, and throughout the whole thing, they're saying how armed this place is. But they do mention like the old fighters that are still they're collecting dust. Anyway,
they call us. Well, can we get say to your thing? I'm just gonna say that line because it made me laugh too hard.
So they go and they're what do you call it? They are like doing a perimeter on this base, and they look at the old fighter.
Yeah, it's in the garage.
And then they're just like, "Hey, we should steal that thing."
Yeah, and then Rooster's like, "You're not thinking what I think you're thinking," and then was it Maverick's like, "Yeah," he's like, "That bag of ass." I was like, "Who says
But it was nice because I was thinking, oh man, dude, it's like GTA Top Gun now. They're gonna steal it. I remember.
They're gonna drift this. They're gonna Tokyo drift that plane right out of the garage.
freaking CJ and San Andreas used to steal jets all the time, man. It was pretty awesome.
Some hot coffee over there.
Oh yeah, did I ever tell you about the hot coffee?
You did tell me about.
So Hillary
you did tell me about that.
I'm gonna say it again because I don't know who listens. Hillary Clinton one day announces, she's a senator at the time, and says, we must ban Grand Theft Auto San Andreas because there's a mod you can do that makes it so you can have sex with a girlfriend in Grand Theft Auto, and this is appalling. It's called the hot coffee mod. And then meanwhile, I'm watching TV and I have Grand Theft Auto, this version of it, like the original one. And I think to myself, oh my God, there's a mod on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas where I can have sex with my girlfriend called the hot coffee mod. I Googled it immediately, drove to Best Buy that moment, bought the Game Genie or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
And did it. Thank you, Hillary Clinton. Because
that's ridiculous. I never owned that game, actually.
Dude, it's awesome because
I went Grand Theft Auto 3 to 5.
Because like you do like you ever play like Splinter Cell where you're unlocking?
Yeah, I love Splinter Cell.
You know,
shut up. The mechanics
are that. You got to like pump with the music and pump with the thing to get her off.
What is this, Parappa the Rappa?
I don't know, but it was awesome. It was awesome. And then since it was a bug, you died right after it happened.
Oh,
but it wasn't like it wasn't overtly like nudity or anything going on. They're wearing like
I've still not seen any of this.
They did have sex clothes, so that was kind of fun. Okay. Because she was wearing like a nurse's outfit and he was wearing like a gimp outfit or something.
That's weird.
While it happened, I know, right? CJ's go-to is a gimp outfit, not like a sailor outfit or something. I don't know.
And we're back to talking about Top Gun Maverick.
So they go and they're like setting up the jet, and man, are they lucky that thing still worked.
Yeah, man, they had like this giant generator hooked up to it, and
I know
it was crazy. I mean, until right now, I still don't fully understand what the hell any of that did. I'm just like, okay, that's cool,
but it was nice.
Giant battery pack.
So
they fly out. Obviously,
they fly out, and I think that there were still some of their jets going on because it looks like they were getting bombed.
Yeah, so there were still a few of the 5th generation jets flying around because they actually were told, "Hey, we're going to bomb." So the whole
the Navy was bombing them remotely.
Yes,
that's what was happening.
Yeah, and this is as they're flying into the trench run at the beginning of this whole attack. The Navy sends out Tomahawk missiles, takes out the runway, but leaves just enough space for them to fly out.
Yes, they don't bomb the what do you call the land?
Like the 460 something feet they need to just gain lift.
Yeah, but there was some nice there's not enough land, there's not enough runway. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's enough runway. So
you know what's funny is I was watching it with my wife and I'm just like, this is for family.
It's better than Vin Diesel.
It is. I was like, where are those Timberlands at?
Whipping across. At his tank top wedding.
Going freeway to freeway and hitting a car with his body while holding another human. Shut up, Vin Diesel.
Oh. Anyway.
Yeah.
So they get off and they're in the air. They pass as Empire fighters for a while.
Yes, because they hijack a freaking Empire fighting ship. So.
Yeah, they're their Empire old fighting ship, the old bag of, what do you call it? Bag of
ass.
Bag of ass. They're flying around in their bag of ass. They eventually get made and they're being shot at.
And just like a quick turn and burn, takes out one guy from the rear end.
Yeah.
And then uses his falling plane as cover from the other guy's missists.
Yeah.
That was pretty ridiculous.
Lots of... we should have brought toy jets.
Yeah.
It crashed them into each other.
We brought something. We got a Top Gun popcorn holder. Can you guys see that?
Here. This is the Top Gun, and then there's the enemies.
Please watch us.
Anyway, there's a lot of that.
There we go. It was something.
Oh man, if this guy ever gets animated, he's gonna be so pissed. Okay, so they make it off of the land, and they're over water, and then there's just all kinds of jets chasing it. Or one jet. No.
So they managed to take out the last jet. So at this point, Maverick has his 5th kill, and
he's killing Empire.
Yeah, I mean he's taking him out, doing way better than Luke did,
killing stormtroopers left and right.
Yeah, he's not missing, and So now he's over the open ocean, and he's, they finally get their radar to work. Miles Teller does, Rooster, and they get an immediate ping for another fighter. And they're like, whoa, what the heck is that? And they're right on their nose. They're on the 12 o'clock, and just flies by and starts unloading on them. It's pretty great. It's pretty crazy over the open ocean.
Yeah, and then just when you think it's all over for Maverick and the Rooster, who comes to save him?
The guy who hangs.
Hangman.
There we
Didn't
go.
let him out to dry. Chad Radwell himself.
Blew right through them with a douchebag mobile.
Yeah.
He was like...
I should probably play I got no just to call back. So yeah, they saves the day, ends up with Jennifer Connelly at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
He made up with Rooster. They didn't fight. They didn't have any fights in this movie.
It was just like a quick little yell and spat, and then
just some hissy fits, and then some red. They did have some retro football moments, and I guess that made him.
You got a piece to it, but yeah, I mean, this movie was very entertaining. It was good, highly watchable. By the way,
really simple. As we review it, it's like,
and as we enter the summer season. Could not have been a better movie to start it.
And then my final note that I have here.
Yeah.
Man, Tom Cruise is short.
Dude.
He's
a tall 5'7", buddy.
He's a rough 5'7".
I was like, why are your pants so high?
It's like you'd see him like next to other dudes and it's like, hey, how you guys doing?
He's like, I'm Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I want to see me on my motorcycle.
That's why he rolled the old Kawasaki. Those things were short. I still want, by the way.
I wonder, how tall is Jennifer Connelly? Because she's
tall. 5'7".
Really?
Look them both up before the show to see how old they were.
Okay, Jennifer Connelly's 5'7". How tall is he?
I think he is 5'7" as well.
Okay, so that's not terrible. I guess they look.
Tom Cruise.
That's probably why they hired her.
Right. Yeah. He is a solid 5'7".
Okay, how tall?
Robert Downey Jr. also 5'8".
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Also, find out how tall Anna... What's her name?
Tall is
Nicole Kidman. How tall is Nicole Kidman?
Nicole Kidman is 5'11".
Damn.
Holy cow. She dwarfed him.
Yeah. Wow.
Holy cow.
She probably carried him to bed.
Well, we're on it. What was his ex-wife's name? Dawson's Creek chick?
I know you're talking about Rachel!
What the heck was her name?
Rachel! You know what I'm talking about, right? From Batman? Oh, Rachel!
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 What the hell was her name?
I know what her name is. Damn it. It's hurting my brain because I know I could see her face. You know, the rumor was she wasn't in The Dark Knight because Maggie Gyllenhaal, I remember her name.
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes. Rumor was that she wasn't allowed to be in The Dark Knight because she wasn't allowed to be in a bigger blockbuster than Tom Cruise.
Really? She's 5'9".
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Wow.
There's no reason why she wouldn't have been.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even though I will have to say she was the weakest link in Batman Begins.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, and I feel kind of bad because I actually think Tom Cruise did a solid on this one. This movie.
He did. He really. I mean, he did. He for sure went hard on the 80s, and let me tell you, man,
he came into the danger zone and left.
And they play it so much.
But anyway, I'm gonna give this one a B+. Top Gun Maverick is a fun action movie. Tom Cruise and company nailed it as old and new fighter pilots with gigantic egos. I highly recommend Top Gun Maverick, even if the plot is slightly recycled.
Nice, man. I'm also going to give this movie a B+, just because it's going up against a few contenders this summer and a movie we just reviewed too, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. So I'm putting it in that stratosphere of movie, but it's a B+ just because it was recycled, but I'm going to keep it there at the B+ because it did the first movie so much justice. It delivered and it closed out the stories, and it probably left us open for a series, continuation with them saying now that Maverick is an ace because he's taken down 5 enemy planes. So hey, who knows? The next one may be called Top Gun Ace.
Hopefully, and I did like it. It's hard to make a good sequel.
Yeah, especially with the movie that's 30 years on.
Right?
Yeah.
This may be one of the better advanced sequels.
Yeah.
But anyway, that has been our hot take on Top Gun Maverick. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification, do what you can.
Yeah.
Check us out. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on the internet.
Yeah. You can listen to us wherever you want.
You can listen to us.
You can watch us on YouTube.
We're on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're on podcast.
We're there. Yeah.
And we're also in space somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Floating throughout the universe. Are we even real? Why isn't my hand going through this table?
Yeah.
Can you explain it? I can't.
No idea.
But anyway, I'm your host, Mark Rubalcaba, joined once again by Mr. Ayo Pineda for Clubhouse Movies Podcast. We'll catch you next time.
I'm not trying to blow sunshine up your ass.
What?